Hi everyone, this is Cherry Enchantress, and this is your daily dust for Thanksgiving if you're watching in real time, which is Thursday, November 28th in the US. And I know Canada has theirs in October. Is so weird. Anyways, but we're having that Thanksgiving celebration right here. So if you are in the US, I hope you have a lovely Thanksgiving, and if you're not, I hope you have a lovely day no matter what you do, and you enjoy your day and find some good times. Have my altar set up with fire, air, get a little bit of this sage. It's not sage, it's Palo Santo. Palo Santo. I can never say that right. Just a little Palo Santo. Here we go. And you don't have to do this, but because the Palo Santo is the sage, but I also have liquid sage. So liquid, and then we have the fire blowing the air. I have lots of crystals on my altar, and I have also these really cool geodes. And I really like, one of my favorite crystals is this one, this Celestine. All right, so let me give you your beautiful turkey spirit message for today. Whether you celebrate or not, turkey is all about gratitude and grace. So today, give with gratitude and grace, or always, or whenever you think about it, you know. Think about it, and even the thought that counts. I think that's true though. Like, I'll see somebody, I'm like, oh, maybe I should help them, and then like I have to turn the corner and it's too late. But I feel like even my thought of wanting to help them was something good, you know. So your message is this. Turkey Spirit's message for you is that you always have the potential for manifesting a rich reality, for the turkey represents generosity and celebration of abundance through giving to others. Give freely without expectation, and you shall receive, for the manifestation of abundance is happening right now. Align with it by sharing your good fortune with others. Whether you give money, loving guidance, the gift of listening, or kindness in any form, immerse yourself in the flow of generous abundance, being a channel for turkey spirit and the desire of spirit to see all beings experience the blessing of plenty. Give with gratitude and grace from a wellspring of love and compassion, knowing that spirit will respond by giving you all that you need in this moment and all moments to come. So, very nice. And we have a feasting message from the Seasons of the Witch. So feast away. And even if it's not Thanksgiving, sometimes it's good to give gratitude and thanks by feasting, and definitely by saying a blessing, praying before you eat. And if you don't like to particularly say grace or prayer before you eat, you can always send out a feeling of gratitude to anyone who was a part of the meal. You, a person who cooked it, person who bought the groceries, the delivery people who delivered it, the farmers who grew it, all of those things. Give gratitude to all of those components in our daily bread and our food. So feasting is saying that we have enough, and it's about nourishment and providing. Let us feast upon the nourishing and be thankful for the feast. Nor here nor there, yet everywhere it be. I'm going to say that better because I said it wrong. Let us feast upon the nourishing and be thankful for thy feast. Nor here nor there, yet everywhere it be. In ancient times, there would have been a lot of worrying during the winter season. Your ancestors would have had to conserve as much food as possible, fearing their families wouldn't have enough to survive. When Yule came around, your ancestors would drink and celebrate as a signal of faith in the brighter days to come. Most of the modern world doesn't need to worry about having enough food, but the fear of not having enough still exists in different ways. You're being guided to challenge your limiting beliefs around scarcity. You can be generous with your time and resources, knowing that what you give will be returned tenfold. Allow yourself to give despite your concerns. Let the universe know you will be provided. You'll be provided for. The more you trust in having enough, the more universe rewards this faith with more abundance. Do not sacrifice moments to nourish your mind, body, and soul because of fear. As you confront your limiting beliefs, more pathways to wealth will be provided to you. And that's, I feel like a lot of people out there, a lot of sparkles of light, it's a turning point for them. It's kind of like a letting go of this limiting feeling and not worrying so much. It's like having real faith in higher power and in the goodness of the universe, or in God himself. So what else was I going to do? I'm going to do 2 readings for you. So the 2 readings, I decided since we got turkeys here, we're going to do 2 animal type decks. We've got the Tarot Animal and we have the Tarot Familiars, which is cats and owls and here, and unicorns and ravens and wolves. Yes. And then this deck is really cool. It's like a big group of artists came together and created this deck. So it's all these different artworks will look real different from the other. And unlike those 2 decks that I used yesterday that came in a big kit in a box, this one I feel like it just came, the book came with it but separately and didn't fit in the box. So yeah, that's a little cumbersome, but that's okay. It's a really very in-depth book, very beautifully color illustrated, and yeah. So, and it talks about every artist, and it talks about their reasoning for choosing the animal, or choosing the drawing that they did. So we'll use this one first for your daily inner reading, and we'll use the Tarot Familiars for the outer reading. And so when I say inner and outer, check the description box. You might understand a little bit more what I mean, but basically it's kind of like your inner world is just kind of like you and your regular everyday stuff, and the outer world could be like outer influences that don't necessarily affect you. It could be things like the weather, politics, global changes, things like that. I mean, I'm trying to keep an eye on politics, not so much politics, but I'm just trying to keep an eye on important people in government and other areas. It could even be, you know, it could even be, you know, I want to say stars, and that's what I mean, but movie stars or famous people can come out in that one. You know, you're not directly related to them, but maybe something that they do or say could influence you in some way. So that's kind of what it is. It's like, it's not like an exact direct influence on you, but it could like trickle down to you. Okay, so, but that's for the other reading. This one is just daily, and so let's check that out. So this is a really, I mean, beautiful box. Love this. My son gave this to me for Christmas a couple of years ago. Maybe it's already been 3 years. And I love this beautiful purple metallic edge. It's already kind of worn down a little bit, and it's not like something I use like daily or anything, so that's something. But all right, let's see. I was using it quite a bit at one time. And then I had this daily dust. I was going into different themes, and one main daily dust theme I had was using all metallic edge decks. And so then I went into this whole phase of my life where I was allowed to buy tarot decks because I'm using them in my work every day. And I could even be getting commission on them. And this year, since I stopped doing the daily dust, I also stopped buying extra decks. But there are a couple of decks out there I still like to get. And now I'm not as interested in getting color edge, metallic edge decks, but I still like them. I still am on the lookout for some good ones. I have one in my Amazon wish list, and it's public. Y'all should be able to see it if you're interested. Anyway, let's see, what is your message for today, for Thanksgiving, for the 28th? Okay, you have the 8 of Cups. It's like a little fairy. And you got the 2 of Swords. And oh, 2 little bear, 4 of Cups. Oh, the little panda. It makes me think of Poe. So I think I kind of want to start with the panda first, because usually the 4 of Cups represents boredom and kind of not paying attention to the gifts you have, the good stuff. Let's zoom on in and see what it says. He's very cute, but he does look a little down and out. Maybe somebody's got a cold. Maybe it's not somebody not feeling so well. A couple of people today were kind of out sick, or something not so exciting happened to them. It could be a sense of apathy. So some of you who are going, doing a Thanksgiving thing, maybe this is a hard time, in your life, and it's hard to find reason to get excited. Or maybe you don't have a family to do Thanksgiving, and for those of you, just give you guys a big warm hug. There's alternatives. And some of you are not even celebrating Thanksgiving, and so maybe this is just maybe just reflecting on love and your love life a little bit, and wishing things could stir up a little bit, or not. There is a cup that you are not paying attention to, so there could be somebody interested. So this card showcases a panda with 3 cups in the front of her, and on a bamboo table, and they're filled with cold tea that's been sitting there too long. Oh, okay. And each cup has a symbol of one of the 4 elements on it. Okay. And behind her in the branch is a one that is warm, and it has the symbol of water, which represents emotions, and it's waiting to be drunk. It's this good love coming through, waiting for you to sip on it and make you feel warm and content. This card asks you to get out of your head and out of your apathy and into your feelings. And sometimes just naming your feelings and being okay with them helps to get unstuck. So I like that. I like that symbol. I feel like if there is, it's better, in some ways it's better to feel this way than to feel like 5 of Cups, like woe is me, or worse, 9 of Swords, oh, everything is terrible, I can't sleep, I can't eat. This is more like, not so much, but don't hold on to that too long, or don't think that that's going to last too long, because I really do feel like a cup is coming through, a nice warm hug is coming through for you. The 2 of Swords is kind of like you being in your head too much, and this is kind of what you get when that happens. And so yeah, it's going back and forth, and maybe overthinking, and or not just overthinking, but like what you do where you play games like, what if I had done this, or what if I had done that, and maybe we should have, you know, I should have done this or that. Maybe I shouldn't have walked away, or maybe I should have stayed. Or this one is the Eight of Cups, and it is the kind of walking away. What is the... I should know. Let me see what the animal is. Oh, it's the firefly. I thought it was a fairy. It's a firefly. And so this is just kind of like not feeling fulfilled. So all three cards kind of give that vibe. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to bring you down. What I'm trying to say is, even when you're feeling this way, there is a brighter energy coming around. I feel like, I don't know why, but I kind of get this energy sometimes when you have mixed family at Thanksgiving and you're not sure like who to sit with or who to talk to, and so you kind of keep to yourself. It could be a little bit of that too. I feel like in the Four of Cups, it was kind of saying that all you really need to do is kind of just be aware of where your mind's at, or where you're, or if, you know, if you're trying to feel, not get in touch with your feelings, but maybe try, like, speak it out. Or I did that the other day too. Well, in fact, I was kind of feeling that way this morning, and then I went to the gym. I felt a whole lot better. I got things done, and that made me feel good. I felt like time was slipping away, and I wasn't getting the things done I needed to get done. And then by the middle of the day, everything started to match, you know, like my effort to the time that I had at hand seemed to match a little bit better. But there are some days where it just seems like things seem to be slipping out of your control, sort of. And then there's other days where you're like, oh, I don't even know if I want to try. But this is real interesting too. I don't know how it happened. It was a commercial. I was listening to some spiritual channel, and the commercial was about a person who had PTSD, and how PTSD can really affect you in certain ways, like where it's not like being depressed where you're feeling like feelings. PTSD could almost be not feeling feelings, but also this kind of like a void energy, like, and not a no desire, you know. So I feel like being aware of these things are good, but speaking them out loud, or writing about them, or researching them a little bit, finding a friend group that can help you get through these kinds of things. Also, if anybody's out there that helps others with emotional issues of any sort, you know, whatever they're dealing with, you're doing great work. And a lot of these things do come out around the holidays. People have lost loved ones. People have been through, I mean, I think collectively we've all been through a lot. And maybe a lot of us, and I don't mean to get political in this one, so I'm not going to say it specifically, but I'm going to say in general there could be a lack of enthusiasm, or a lack of enthusiasm. Like feeling like we're winding down the year, you know, it's the holidays, getting close to Christmas, and I don't feel like celebrating as much as I normally do. And that could be happening as well. And it's okay, you know, you have every right to feel that way if you're feeling that way. If you're not, that's you know, then you may be helping others, try to boost them up. I think one of the things that can be very helpful is counting blessings and looking for good in small things, and just really focusing on them, even if it's a newborn baby like in your family, or if, a really cute pet. So, you know, like that's what I usually do when I go to a place where I'm unfamiliar with the people. I'll go straight to the children or the animals and make friends with the pets. And that always feels like helps me and soothes me to hang out with the animals. So yeah, so I'm feeling kind of a low-key day, but not down and out like negative day. It's just one of those things where you're gonna have to really like work a little bit harder to find the things to bring you a little bit of excitement or joy. But honestly, there could be a friend out there who wants to lift your spirits up. and you could be that friend for somebody else, is what I'm seeing. So I hope you like that, and I'm going to move on to the next reading, the next chapter, which is could be, maybe, should be, might be more political. We'll see. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe that will be the one that has your reading in it. So let's go take a look. All right, and here is your outer world. I was thinking of one other thing, like sometimes Thanksgiving, if that's something you're celebrating, can be, or the plans can be different than what you're used to, which could bring you a little bit of a, okay, well, I guess we'll do it that way. You know, we'll do it at my house this year. No, all right then. That's kind of what's happening with me, but I'm good. Like, I'm happy to go to somebody else's house, but usually I'm the one hosting, which is good because I don't have to cook and clean and slave away, but you know what I mean. I had to get used to the new idea. So yes, if you carried over from pile 1, then you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, then don't worry about it. Let's see what's going on in the outer world. So I've been watching lots of really cool videos, spiritual psychics and stuff, and astrologers. Cosmic Owl is my new favorite, and they have some really good stuff out there right now about the different energies. It seems though we seem to be kind of in a holding pattern right now, but December is going to bring about a big change, so we'll see about that. Okay, let's see about today though. We've got 8 of Pentacles reversed. Oh wait, no, well maybe. No, this is good. I'm going to take it upright, and even if it was a little bit, well, that's interesting. Okay, if we're talking about politics, maybe we'll see. I'm into it reversed. We'll just, because I don't really read reversals, but I think this is interesting reversed. Okay. And then we have the Devil reversed. Oh my gosh, and I've been thinking about the Devil reversed. I remember when it came out, Marianne's reading once, and I think it was Marianne. Anyway, the Devil's been coming out in different people's readings, and it came out in one reading where it was reversed, and somebody was saying, like, this is not just regular bad guy, but this is like really bad guy when it's reversed. I'm like, huh, okay. And I read the Devil in lots of different ways. Sometimes it can represent a twin flame for me, but since we have, you know, the animal tarot, and we've got this wolf here, it feels like a very like a predator energy, and like very dangerous. Ooh, yes. Okay, let's see what else. And we have the 5 of Pentacles reversed, which is kind of interesting. All right, so, and I guess I was holding it, but some of the cards are upright, so I don't know. Sometimes if I'm holding the deck upside down, then I feel like, oh, okay. But I usually shuffle with them right side up. I'm just going to go ahead and look at them right side up, because what I normally do is I read both energies, the dark and the light of everything. So let's zoom on in and see what we get. With the Devil, outer world, I feel like it's an outside threat. I feel like Russia or Putin. It should have been a bear, but it doesn't have to be. It could be like, it could be Netanyahu, it could be China or somebody, Korea. I just feel like it's not one of our friends, our national friends, allies, and it's a threat. And I don't feel like this wolf devil. Well, the only possible wolf devil that's in our government that I can see, or not even in our government, that's influencing the government, I feel it could be, you know, the billionaire types, the ones who want to really take over. But the wolf is not like, and it's interesting, we have all this money. So yeah, billionaire, all this money, this is like making of things. This is skilled and master, and like multiplying money and many projects and being very good at what you do. But if you are like a skilled master of what you do and you make money and then it's reversed, it could be a loss of money, it could be a loss of funds, it could be a deal falling through. The Eight of Pentacles upright would indicate a kind of person or kind of attitude that's modest, that's not too flamboyant or too, you know, proud or high hubris. But I feel like with reverse, it's very high hubris. Like, it's also kind of giving me like somebody is of like an OD energy, overdosed, went overboard in something. And also, this has been coming really out a lot lately in my head and in other readings, is this Icarus flying too close to the sun. So, like, you could be a genius and come up with an amazing plan, but you can self-sabotage if you let your greed and you let your pride get in your way. Like, you're almost calling yourself out when your greed and your pride get in the way. When you want more and more and more and it doesn't stop, then you're sending out red flags and people are like, hold up, what is going on? Or when you are talking about it and you're dropping hints at the bad things that you did, and people are like, is he for real? Did he do that? You know, like, is he messing around with us? And then it just escalates, and then the evidence comes out, and then it's like, okay, yep, he meant it, you know. So whoever this is about particularly, I don't think it's president-elect necessarily. I do see him coming out as the devil sometimes, but I feel like a little bit different energy. I feel more like the people with the money, but then he also uses money to get his way. I'm sorry this is coming out on this day, but the good news is I think these guys are being discovered, you know. The illusion is, you know, it's peeling off. One of the things that I heard in the astrology and the cosmic owl is that any kind of deception that's been used is no longer gonna work anymore. Like, deceptions become revealed. Like, people can only deceive for so long, and the truth always comes out. And I know that sounds like a cliche that rubs the wrong way sometimes because it seems like it takes so long for the truth to come out at times, but it does. And with the way astrology is now working for us, it's working for us in a way that it's like really focusing on the justice of things and really working on the bringing out the truth of the matter. So if you've been watching me, you know that I've been talking about something that's been surfacing. And there seems to be a little bit of a shakeup with the European allies and NATO, and a lot of untoward things being done towards them. Stuff being done that's really not been big in the news, but it's happening. And it's almost like a little undercover war that we're not even talking about or covering very much, but it's like a little battle of sorts. And it's something that could get a little bit more obvious and something that we end up talking about. But there's just a lot of weird delusion, illusion, and manipulation and deceit happening. And I feel like it's all going to be revealed. It's like this, it's almost like the devil can't be pent up anymore. Like he has to be seen. He has to, and sometimes it's like, you know, somebody telling on somebody else. So this is it could be the decay of the mind too. Like somebody's really having some mental issues. And I think it's more than one person. I just keep, you know what, I keep getting this feeling like they're, you know, this whole kiss the ring thing, like there seems to be, I feel like there's some kind of hypnosis thing going on. And I feel like a lot of people have the cults and all of that. There's a kind of a deeper hypnosis issue that caused people to follow. There's, you know, there's people who are just not, you know, they're just in their regular mind and they just have their regular opinions, whatever. But then there's others that, you know, they had one idea and then suddenly they changed their mind, or they changed their mind over time after a lot of manipulation of their minds. But the leaders themselves are having mind manipulation too, like having a lot of trouble with their minds. That's what I keep seeing when it comes to Elon. When it comes to him, like I see his mind really, like sadly he is a, you know, a brilliant person that could have been, you know, he could have used his genius for good. Instead, he's now getting kind of twisted, and he's trying, you know, he's so proud of himself that he got away with it, but he wants people to know he got away with it. And how's anybody going to know unless he says something or somebody says something about it? And then if that happens, then things can get worse. So it's like there's a mix of wanting to get credit for this amazing feat that was done, but at the same time, if it's known that he did it, he's gonna, you know, have a miserable rest of his life. So maybe he's just figuring out some kind of device or something to get him out of here if he has to leave quickly or something. I don't know. It's a very peculiar energy, I have to say. But with all the pentacles here and the devil, it's definitely a huge warning. Don't let money and material things overrun your life. And I feel like our commercialism and money and obtaining possessions and things has gotten so much that it just, I don't know, it just makes me feel creeped out for us as a society. All the corporations and all, you know, the bottom line and all of that, the tariffs, the this, the that, it's all, and, you know, media and catering to the donors and catering to the sponsors, and the sponsors creating these goods and services for the consumers, and the consumers are consuming, and it's just a really ugly mix of things. It just kind of like, let's stop consuming everything so much and making it so freaking important to have these things, you know. It just feels like that to me, even though, I mean, I admit I like my treats and my fun things, and I like shopping and it's nice, but there seems to be, you know, this like really dark side of it is kind of like surfacing here. So yeah, Merry Christmas, and hope you went shopping. You know, like, it's so annoying when people say, are you ready for Christmas? I'm like, what do you know what they mean by that? They're not saying, are you ready for Jesus to come into your life? They're saying, are you ready to exchange Christmas presents? Did you do all your Christmas shopping? I'm like, okay. You know, like, that's a stupid way to ask, are you ready for Christmas? And then saying if Christmas is going to come or not come because of financial reasons, that's dumb too. Like, Christmas is not about financial things. Christmas is about you know, our Savior being born. Well, if you are Christian, right? But that's the thing. That's the point of it. And you can take it in a Christ conscious way, as you know, as a child bringing hope into the world, or however you want to look at it. But it's never been about presents. So yeah, I like, what I like is the little drummer boy story. He has no particular gift, but he has his drum, and so he played a song for Jesus. And you know, maybe if we did more of those kinds of things, you know, I'll do a little something for you, I'll play a little song, or I'll take care of something, or I'll help you with something, you know, services or kindness or good deeds, or little handmade gifts, or thoughtful things that, you know, that somebody wouldn't have thought of for themselves. So that's kind of how I see how we can fix that, get rid of the devil and get rid of the sadness, because I feel ultimately it's like you have the money but you still feel sad. That's what the Five of Pentacles feels like in this reading. You have everything but you still are sad. So what's the point? What is the point? You know what would be better? If it was like, you know, the Grinch heart growing. I'm still back to the Grinch again, but the Grinch's heart growing again and giving back to all those people he stole from, and everybody being happy at Christmas. Or whether somebody stole something or not, if you have extra, you know, sharing it, that's always feels nice. Yeah, and I feel like you know, like that dumb person who bought a banana that was stuck to the wall for $1 million. Like, he could have helped a bunch of people with that money. And it's just so dumb. Just so dumb. I don't know. Sometimes it gets me frustrated. But you know what? We have the power to make a difference. So that's how I want to end this. You can make a change in this world. It doesn't have to be about the Pentacles, the Benjamins. It can be about spirit. I feel like we need one more card and see what... Yes, Three of Cups. The Three of Cups, that's community, love, emotions, all of us coming together to celebrate. Find that energy and everything will be fine. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And I love you, and thank you also for supporting me and the channel. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.